Good evening and welcome to our live stream. We're currently at the Kercem Orkafort Stadium. We're currently just over the way there. We have 100 kids who've joined the nursery here, which they're doing now at the moment every Friday. We have coaches coming over from Malta, joining some of the local coaches to put on to this fantastic event. Also, some of the girls are here training. It's a great atmosphere, and we're going to do a little bit of footage of this tonight, and we're also going to do some interviews with some of the coaches that's come over from Malta. So stay with us. So, thanks for joining us. We're joined obviously by a Maltese legend at the moment, Boozy. 113 caps for Malta, 23 goals, 36 games as captain, played and captained Belgium side Genk. Done my research, you see. Total of 453 senior goals, senior games and 64 goals. So you've got a lot of experience to pass on to these children.
Yes,
over this course.
I've been doing this from 2001, so it's nearly 20 years that I've been. Yes. When I stopped football, immediately I went into coaching. I got all my badges, and then in 2011 I did also my pro license in Italy. So. And I try to, my experience, all my knowledge, what I learned, I try to give it to these kids. You know?
Amazing, absolutely fantastic. And listen, I think they're really enjoying it as well. I was asking someone just before, I would like to ask you the same question, it's very interesting. Do you see a lot of difference in coaching when you were coached as a child to what you coach today?
Yes, the methodology, it changed a lot, you know. I mean, we coaches now, we have a lot of resources. I mean, technology helped us. And we have a lot of computer, it helped us a lot, you know, new technology, it helped us to analyze all the players, all the data, you know, it changed a lot. It's totally different than how we used to be trained, you know, totally different.
Right. And you don't think children can be overcoached sometimes? Do you think sometimes?
Yes, of course. I agree with you. I mean, the problem of coaching young footballers of some coaches, first of all, is the ego.
Right.
And then they want to get results from these small kids. Coaching young kids it's all about development, you know. You have to see the big picture. I don't want to win under 12s or under 13s. I want that one player at least every year goes with the senior team. For me, that's already a big satisfaction, you know.
Job's done now, yeah.
But not everybody is like that, you know. Unfortunately, some people think that coaching young kids is something easy. But I tell you, it's the most difficult thing that one can do. And you have to forget your ego. You have to go there. Just first of all, the kids, they have to enjoy it. You must know how the kids learn, their characteristics, their age group. You know, all of these things. If you don't know these things, don't coach any kids. You know.
No. Two more quick questions. For example, I know you were a striker, am I correct?
Yes, I was a midfielder. I played on the wings. But when I started as a young boy, I was a centre half.
Really?
And then I was a stopper. Because from a very young age, I wanted to play in all the positions. The only position I didn't play was goalkeeper because I am short. But I was also good as a goaler and in small goal post. I tried to play.
You played right across the midfield, haven't you?
Yes.
So my question was going to be then, as a striker, would you have agreed in your coach saying you've got to track back, you've got to get back for this, you've got to cover back? Because when I grew up and played football, I was left up pretty much up front to do what I'm supposed to do. But it's not like that today. Do you agree?
Listen, first of all, the coach have to be clever. If you see that your characteristic is not that you are a machine that you run always back, you have to find a solution. That you don't have to defend so much deep. You can only defend till the middle line. You know? So you use all your energy attacking, not defending. So the coach have to know these things.
Evaluate each individual. Before I let you go, there's one thing I have to talk to you about. So, taking you back now quite some years, Belgium are playing in Malta. You're at Genk, captain. You fly in on the same aeroplane as the team. You play against them in Malta. You score the winning goal. And then you've got to fly back with that team. I've got to ask you, how was the mood on the aeroplane?
Well, they were really, really down, you know. I mean, and I came with a friend of mine who is a Belgian, married to a Maltese. So he came with me on the plane. And the moment we won the game, I mean, he was celebrating on the plane, but I was on the window quiet because first of all, I respect those players. Some of them, I knew them, they were top players. And I didn't want to show off because I won a friendly game against them. But my friend, he was telling them, Buzu, he scored against you. He drinks skinny, you know?
Is that what he said?
Yes.
It's because you drink
Yeah.
Cuny. Were they civil to you, or they're okay? Like, because I suppose you have to play against them in the league as well.
Yeah, you
mostly.
play against them in the league, and
Yeah.
because I was also the captain of gang, I mean, some
That's
of
right.
them, they were captains of their own team. So we shake hands before games. You will know them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's...
Great memories, though. Great
Yes,
memories.
of course.
And you
It
know,
was
I
my
think-
dream that we beat them, you know. I dreamt this thing because when I was always dreaming that even, for example, when I play against Belgium, I can dream that I'm gonna win. I always
That's incredible.
says this. Even a lot of my goals, I dreamt them
Dreamt them?
before.
Could you do me a favour? Could you dream for me and tell me if Everton could win the Premier League one day?
You never know. If Leicester did it, anybody can do it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Listen, I'm going to let you get back to the kids. Thank you so much for your time, and we
It was my
love what you're
pleasure.
doing here in
Thank
Goal. And let's hope there's a few gems come out in a
I
few
hope
years.
so. You will never know. You know.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you so much. John, welcome. We are by another legend who played for Brentford for many years in the UK. I just wanted to have a quick word about today's activities with the children. It's very well supported, a lot of top trainers. Can I ask you a question? Do you see a difference today of when you were coached to the coaching that is performed to these children today? Is it a big difference?
Yes, there is a big difference. First of all, it's a pleasure for us to be here. We love to come over here to Gozo and get involved in training with these clubs in Gozo. Obviously, it was a big difference from our time. Obviously, the pitches, the organization, even the coaching. Yeah? We try to help the coaches over here. They are improving every day, and this is our, how do you say, our pay time back to help people who love football, so we can help the young boys in Gozo as well.
It's very well supported. What do you say about, sometimes people say that children today are overcoached. What they mean by that is they, you know, like for example, a full back is told, a winger or a striker has got to defend, and it's a lot different. We used to go out and coaches would say, that's your position, that's what you do. What do you think about that?
It's the truth. Sometimes coaching, we do mistakes, we do a lot of coaching, we tell them to pass all the time when they should be dribbling, for example. Yeah? So we should leave we coach the boys, but for small things to improve their technique, but then we have to let them express themselves so they could show their qualities. Obviously there is better coaching and there is good coaching, but if you start to coach every second, which unfortunately happens during the game, from coaches and from parents as well, which continues to mix up the kids, that's not good. We should leave the boys free to express themselves much more.
Absolutely. So leave the coaching to the coaches,
Exactly.
in other words. That's right. Age group. What is a perfect age, do you believe, to start teaching the kid? I mean, if they're good enough, does the age not really matter, or is it a good age for a child?
For me, it matters. Over here and even abroad, sometimes they start them a bit too early at 3 or 4 years, which is they need babysitters, not coaching. So they should be at least 5, 6 year old, so you can start with the basic and, as you said, let them play at that age. But obviously then at 7 and 8 you can start to show them small things, which hopefully they will help them when they grow up, and they will be better players and better persons when they grow up.
Fantastic. John, listen, you're doing a great job. Everyone in Gozo really loves you guys when you come over, and we know the kids are really going to benefit.
It's a pleasure.
So thank you so much, and
Thank
keep up
you.
the good work.
Same to you.
Ready? So we're now joined by another legend, come over from Malta as part of the training team. Goalkeeper coach, Xavier Darmanin. Obviously he's made 6 international caps, and also at under 21 level, 13. Couple of questions about the coaching side of things here today. Do you find a big difference in coaching today as you were coached when you were coming through?
Yes, of course. First of all, when I was young, there was just few coaches. as regarding goalkeepers, and they just concentrate on the shot stopping. So in today's game, the game is really changed. Luckily enough, when I started to play at the age of 17, there's a foreign coach that he was in charge of the team, and he got the philosophy of Ajax. So luckily enough, I started to play even there with my feet.
Wow.
At the beginning, I was feeling that, oh, what's this? I'm playing like a libero. But that was it. I think it was really good for me, because from that on, I continued to study even from the Ajax football school, and even then Barcelona, where I done some quite good courses, coaching courses with Franz Hock, one of excellent, he's a very good coach of goalkeepers, where he worked with Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Manchester United. And I realized that the goalkeeper must be good. Goaler is a goaler, goaler is a player, and goaler is a coach. In fact, for me, if you've got a very good quality goalkeeper in today's game, you can win games. Not just because he saves the ball, but even it's regarding of the distributions and the options that he gives to the team. So, till now, none from the opponent teams make, let's say, a strategy where you can mark the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper on the pitch is he's a free player. So if you've got an intelligent goalkeeper that he can use his feet and his intelligence, game intelligence, you can win games.
Absolutely. I mean, I speak for, I support Everton. We have Pickford, who plays for England.
Exactly.
I mean, he's just like an extra man. I mean, he's a good stopper, but the attacks build from the goalkeeper these days. The old days it would have been a kick up for or roll off the ball.
Exactly.
But it's a whole different. Do the children grasp this? Do they get it if you teach them early how important?
Yes, you need to integrate the goalkeepers in today's game, actually in training, from the very beginning. You just put the goalkeepers on the side and just kick the ball, just to improve their handling and so on. But you have to even use them as a players. For example, there will be drills and exercises where they can be with the players, where they will use their footwork, and especially they need to improve their footwork, not only with the ball, but even without the ball. I mean, when they come to move, how they push, when to dive. So it's very complex in today's game, goalkeeper position. And yes, I think that's the importance of the team, that even when you have a good coaching staff, you will have a good goalkeepers coach, that he is not just there to stay on the side with the goalkeepers just to pass the time until the coach call him for the goalkeepers to go in, but he to integrate the goalkeepers with the team, and he needs to know even the system of the team that they are playing, so he will prepare the goalkeepers when it comes for match days.
Fantastic. Great turnout today as well. I mean, you've been doing this for a few weeks now, am I correct?
Yes. Unfortunately, in Malta, we lack from this opportunity. Let's say in these couple of years we improve, but it's not about the number, it's about the quality and the input that you're giving to the children.
Of course.
And here in Gozo, there's even much worse when you come to let's say to things like coaching and so, because although it's a small island, but still there are a lot of coaches that concentrate only in Malta, and we thought that it's time that we give them an opportunity. And yes,
fantastic.
It's quite a good number, and there's a good atmosphere, and hopefully in the past I worked with some goalkeepers that now even I have the satisfaction that I see them still play, even they played even with the national team and from Gozo, I mean, and that's for me it's a very satisfying.
That's what we say,
exactly.
job done.
Yes. Okay.
Okay then, before I let you get off, just for the viewers who maybe don't know and some of the foreign viewers, I just want to take you back in time a little bit. You were playing for Valletta, I believe, against the famous Juventus, and it went to penalties. And you saved the penalty that knocked out Juventus.
Yes.
Is that your best moment in football, would you say?
I don't see the best, but the one that it makes the mark, because it's against Juventus. It was a good game even for our team and from my side. When we finished draw, it's already a satisfaction for me that we finished draw against Juventus. Then it was penalty, and I said, listen, I can be the hero today, and thank God I did. Yes, I saved the penalty from Le Grottaglie, and we won the cup. But the most beautiful moment on that game is because after the game we were celebrating and Gianluigi Buffon, he came to me and obviously he gave me his shirt.
Wow.
And even he wanted mine, and that was a very thing that I respect for all my life. And he showed that he's not just a great goalkeeper, but he's a great gentleman.
Man. Yeah, that's absolutely. And the last question or the last statement from me is that it's moments like that these kids have got ahead of them. They've got to work hard. They've got to concentrate, because maybe one, if they're lucky, maybe two go on to experience things like that. It's tough in football.
Yes.
They don't all make it. Today they're having fun as children and
Exactly,
learning.
and you never know when it's the moment. For example, today I don't know that you are coming to interview me, so you don't know the moment when it's going to come. So obviously you need to have three things to be successful: the ability and the motivation. But for me, the most important thing is the last one, is the attitude.
Yes.
If you have the good motivation and good ability and you don't have attitude, you can't reach the top. But if you have a very good attitude and, let's say, not that much of ability and even motivation, one time you will bring it with them together.
And ability you can
yes,
teach
exactly.
as you go
But
along.
the attitude is really important.
Fantastic.
And yes, I think we try to do our best. I always say that the coach is there to guide you, but the individual have to make
Down
the
to you.
difference. So at least we try to guide them the right way.
Well, listen, Sevi, you're all doing a fantastic job here, and everyone in Gozo is very proud of you guys coming over and what you're helping us with. So thank you so much again. Keep up the good work.
And another thing before.
Oh,
because
yeah, sure.
Once I was invited with Liverpool Academy to do a training there, so I don't know if it's good as I mentioned this. And there was a friend of mine that I think he worked even with Evan, Billy Stewart.
Billy Stewart,
yes, you know him.
yes.
Yes.
Well, I don't know him. I know of him.
Yeah, it was after he worked with Liverpool Academy, then he went with Everton.
That's right.
And Liverpool is a nice place. Obviously, I went to see their both grounds,
Oh, wow.
the ground of Kercem Park and even the Liverpool. But
Wow.
it was a really satisfaction.
You enjoyed it?
Yes, when I worked with the academy there, I learned a lot, and they treat me really well. They saw me here doing some coaching, and they invite me to go there. And for
Wow.
me, it was.
There's another wonderful moment.
Exactly, and that's what I thought. That abroad, they live football.
Yeah.
We here. Unfortunately, we just play football, so
Yeah.
that is the difference.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
is
They
the
eat,
difference.
drink, sleep.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right. Especially Liverpool.
Yeah.
Between
not,
the two
not
teams.
I mean, because after Liverpool, I went even with Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia Mönchengladbach,
Same.
and I saw that is my
Passion.
overseas. They live football. That's why they reach wherever they want. Even the small teams like Iceland, Finland, we see, because
Yeah.
they live football. Here, we still
lack something.
play football.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this is going to help them, and
Yeah.
hopefully, they will now start to come through.
Exactly.
And again, thank you so much.
Thanks,
I've really
and
enjoyed the
it was
interview.
a pleasure for me.
Thank you. Take care. Keep up the good work, Xavier. Thank you. Whitney, hi, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Whitney. I just wanted to have a quick chat with you about the training. I mean, what a fantastic day today. We've got all the top coaches here and everything, but we've also got the girls here, which I think is just as important.
Of course, it's very, very important. I think that this is a very great opportunity for the young females. In Gozo, we have a lack of these opportunities for the young females. There isn't much football opportunities, so I think that this is a great start, and I hope that this will be a great long-term beneficial for the future.
Carry on with it. Were you coached when you started, Whitney? Because I know you played football some years back.
Yes,
Did you
of
have
course.
coaching like this, or did you have to go like to Malta for your
Well,
coaching?
yes, I think that in the football and young females it used to be better a couple of years ago. Before we used to have the Gozo FC female team, and this was obviously a great opportunity for the young females, since we used to compete with other football Maltese teams. I used to also to play with the national team. Therefore, therefore I think I have a great experience in order to give the great techniques and tactics that these young females need.
Last question really then. Do you see a big difference between how you were coached and how you are coaching today?
I think that I had a very good platform by Coach Melania. Coach Melania used to coach every female, so I think that was very great since there is a lot of Goalkeeper females who play with Maltese teams. Therefore, I think that we need more coaches like Coach Melania in order to continue to gather these young girls in order to play more football.
Downside though is, I suppose, I mean, they get coached, but will they ever get to play? Do you think they'll ever have a league again that they can compete in?
As I said before, there isn't a big opportunities for these young girls in Gozo. There is in Malta, so I think that these girls, they find it hard in order to travel all the way to Malta. So obviously, I think that there is a big need of football teams for this young generation, and I think that it would be also a great idea if we start putting them with the males, since this would be a bigger competition for them, and I think that they can learn a lot from the male.
Fantastic. Whitney, thank you so much. I heard you say just before when you finished girl power.
Yes.
So girl power, keep it up. Whitney, thank